Hello, my name's Frank, and today I've been thinking. So, when I first had heard about the imaginary number I, and it was the square root of -1, I went, oh really? Like, wow. How can you multiply a number times a number and get a negative? But anyway, they told me to learn it, and then I started thinking about infinity. But anyway, I started imagining things. So I thought, well, wonder what I to the I power would be. So I said, like, imagination raised to the imagination power. Wow. Could you imagine? So anyway, I thought, I don't know. So I said, let's start playing around. So I knew that by definition, I was equal to the square root of -1. That's what they told me. And I said, what in the world is this? So I said, I don't know, it's some unknown, so well, let it be X. So we're going to imagine something and imagine it to that power, so we're going to let X be I to the I. Now, I remember in calculus, I told the students frequently, hey, if you don't know how to get rid of something or do something, just take the natural log. It usually works. So we take the natural logarithm of both sides. And if we remember our property on logarithm is our third property, you can bring the I in the front, take the exponent in front of the logarithm and write I ln's of I. Now you say, all right, but the definition of I was the ln of the square root of -1. That's I. So let's move it over here a little bit. So here's where we are. We've got the ln of x is equal to I times the ln of the square root of -1. So you're just letting your imagination run wild. And you say the ln of x is then equal to I times the ln, square root means 1/2 power, and you write 1/2 power. Then you say, wait a minute, I can use that law on logarithms again. I can bring that 1/2 in the front. So I have the ln of x is I times 1/2 times the ln of -1. And we've learned, I hope, that the ln of -1, well, this would be I over 2, and the ln of -1 is pi times I. Well, we got I times I, and that's I squared times pi over 2. But remember, I squared is -1. So that's -1 times pi, which is negative pi over 2. So now remember, what were we trying to do? We were trying to evaluate find x. And this, remember, this is x. So we need to find x. So the base of the natural log is e. So that means e to the negative pi over 2 is x. But in conclusion, x is I to the I. So we put it all together. We have I to the I is equal to e to the negative pi over 2. So, something for you to think about. Let your imagination run wild. It's e to the negative pi over 2 power. Take care.